Hey guys, this is my first YouTube video, so I'd really appreciate if you guys could like, subscribe, and leave a comment. So, you spend weeks, days, months, and even years training to beat Champion Geeta herself. You have to go through the Elite Four members, all 8 gym leaders, and all of your hard work and training leads to this moment, to defeating Champion Geeta herself, which is exactly what I'm going to do in this video. But hold on a minute. Obviously, if I'm going to fight the Champion Geeta herself, I'm going to need a plan, aren't I? So, I spent ages and ages theorizing of a plan just to defeat her. And it didn't go so well. So, the first battle out of 6 begins, and I start with my scissor as she uses her Espathra. Don't come at me, I don't know how to pronounce that Pokemon's name. Her Pokemon uses Lumina Crash, and it does minimal damage, which is a relief to me. And obviously, I use X-Scissor, which is super effective and takes down her Pokemon in one hit. After that, I decided it was time for a change of scenery, and I swapped in my, by the way, shiny Great Tusk. And as I thought, she sent out her Avalugg, and even though I'm 2 levels lower, I have Brick Break, which is super effective to Avalugg, so it shouldn't be a problem, right? I was wrong. And oh my god, that did way less damage than I thought it would do. Me being the cocky person I am who doesn't usually make plans, thought that one Pokemon with one fighting type move would be enough. Now, in an act of desperation, I used Giga Impact, thinking it would be somewhat more useful than... Yeah, as you can see, Avalugg avoided the attack, used Avalanche, and I died. Now, here's where I start to panic a little, because the smart person I am only made one plan. No plan B, no plan C. And it was already going wrong on the second battle, and I hadn't prepared anything else. So, what the hell was I gonna do next? Well, I contemplated for a while, wondering what Pokemon should I send out, and I eventually decided on Iron Thorns because it had Rock Slide, which is super effective. And it avoided the attack. Why? My Avalugg uses Earthquake. Obviously, it's not going to one-shot me. I take that back. And we're back to the drawing board once again. However, my strategy with this one was a little different. I decided to send in my highest leveled Pokemon just to see if that would get me anywhere. I used one of my strongest moves, Dragon Pulse, and it actually worked. That definitely took way too long. And on to the third battle it was, at last. I once again sent out my Sizzle and she sent out her Go-Go's. Luckily for me, Go-Go is weak to bug moves, and because that's exactly what Scissor has, X-Scissor, I finally one-shot a Pokemon. I switched into Hydreigon, I don't know how to pronounce that one either, and she sent out her Kingambit. By the way, I've literally never seen that Pokemon in my life, so... I used Earth Power as it's super effective to Kingambit, but it didn't quite do the job. It used Iron Head, which luckily didn't do too much damage to me, which is what I was afraid of, so I was able to use another Earth Power to finish it off. Now there's only 2 battles to go and I'm feeling quite hopeful. Without further ado, I send out my Gyarados and she sends out Veluza. Bearing in mind this wasn't my original plan, I was going to use Iron Thorns to use Wild Charge, but it died. So instead, I used Crunch, which is also super effective because it's a Dark type move. Thankfully, it used Psycho Cut, which didn't do much damage at all. I finished it off with another Crunch, and it was on to the 6th and final Pokemon. Although I forgot to record a part of this, so some of this is just going to be a still image. Okay, for the final battle, I switched in a Pokemon that means the absolute world to me. Psyduck is my favourite Pokemon ever, and especially a shiny Psyduck, which I actually failed about 8 years ago in Pokemon Black 2. So you can understand how much it means to me to be able to beat Geeta with this Psyduck. And his name is Egbert, by the way, which I think is beautiful. So I terrestrialized my Psyduck. By the way, the animation in this game for terrestrialization is beautiful. Like, look at that. And there he is, my beautiful, amazing blue Psyduck. However, remember when I said I wanted to win with Psyduck? This is becoming increasingly more difficult. At this point, whatever move that I used really wouldn't matter because Gamora was going to go first and Egbert was going to die. Although it was a bit sad, I had a feeling it was going to happen as Psyduck isn't the strongest Pokemon, so I brought Gyarados, which was my backup. And that was actually the only plan B I had in this entire battle. Luckily, my Gyarados had Aqua Tail, which managed to finish Gamora off, and that concludes the 6th and final battle. And that concludes the video. We only had 3 casualties and actually had Scizor, Hydreigon, and Gyarados left, surprisingly. Although this battle did have its ups and downs, we managed to defeat the champion. Anyways, I really enjoyed recording and editing this video, even if it took me 3 hours. And if you guys could like, subscribe, and comment, I would really appreciate it, as I really want to continue making these kinds of videos. Okay, thank you guys for watching, and bye!